All right. Where are we at? We are at this moment, this incredibly transformative moment in time where everything has sort of collided in on itself. We have got the numerology of the coming to the end of the 9, i.e. we're in the 9th month, and then we're going to go on to 10 as opposed to 1. So we're going to all level up potentially. Well, anybody who wants to can level up. Anybody who is distracted and not listening to this video potentially will be back on a 1. No, all joking aside. So there's that level up moment in time. We've amplified that with the eclipses coming in. Interestingly, 2 Virgo new moons in a row. We don't get, because there's only 12 signs of the zodiac and there's 13 moons in a year, it means that sometimes it has to double up, and this is the moment where it doubles up. So it's almost like a doubling down on the lesson of this. It could have been a doubling down on any of the months, but it's just the way it's fallen that it's doubling down on this particular moment. So we're being asked to really do it. Don't do that to me. I'll lose my train of thought. Yeah. This weekend we're in the dark of the moon phase. So that's that moment before the new moon where we are asked to see whether we've learnt the lessons of this month, this lunar cycle, or not. And where we get tested at the full moon by being challenged, and then we get tested again at the 3rd quarter. The dark of the moon phase is where we just get let loose. So we're not so much tested, although it is a test in some ways. What happens is it's a bit like you've been just dropped into your the thing that you thought that you'd overcome. And so therefore, because the training wheels are off, it's just like, how will you react in this moment? Because the moon is dark, so we don't have that subconscious guiding us. And so will we fall back into old patterns, or will we rise up through it? Or not even rise up through it, just hold the status quo. We can hold status quo. So the analogy I was using this morning was snakes and ladders. I think it's the best way to describe this moment of time. We've climbed the ladder all month of improving our well-being, etc. And we land on today and tomorrow, 2 days, where we might hit a snake, and we might slide down it, or we might just move past it. So I think that's the best way I can describe the weekend, is bring your A game to it. Don't rise above the temptation of falling into old patterns, because falling into old patterns will be really easy this weekend. So much easier than all month, because, as I say, the training wheels are off, and we just hold steady, hold stillness, hold silence is also another part of that. So less distraction, so that you do keep checking in with that inner guidance. All right, sorry, this is a bit longer, but the other thing to say about it is that we're moving across from Virgo, which was about letting go of perfection, into the moment where we are going to be in Libra season, which will be about balance and harmony. And it's where we start working with others. So if the first 9 months of the year have all been about working on ourselves, now we have the opportunity to start to put all of that into practice in terms of balance with relationships. And that speaks to boundaries in such a huge way, because that's, I think, what's coming. We don't need to be starting to work on that yet, but we do have to have that seed planted in our minds over the weekend, that we're putting ourselves and all our work that we've done as a priority, because that's going to drive us through to the next cycle. And so the boundaries are not boundaries, external boundaries, they're boundaries of our own personal space, our own sense of who we are. And that holds us in that steady container of moving forward. So yeah, as I say, huge weekend of just pulling everything in together. And it is so easy to be all over the place because there's so much of this energy. The energy could be used anyway. Best use of the energy is learning that silence and stillness. And if it needs to, like the pressure cooker, if it needs to be let out, then letting it out safely so that you can come back into the moment. A bit like what we just started here, all over the place, and then settling it back down. So, okay. So yeah, let's use this as an opportunity to settle everything.